Something happened on live television that Prince Harry reportedly never expected. Not a scandal. Not a leaked recording. Not even a royal insider. It was two voices, sitting calmly, speaking almost like they were connecting dots. And within minutes, those dots turned into one of the most explosive conversations surrounding Archie and Lilibet in years. Because what was said wasn't just controversial. It challenged the story itself. And if true, it could raise questions far bigger than anyone imagined. But here's the strange part. It wasn't the claim that made people freeze. It was Harry's reaction. Why move so fast? Why threaten legal action so aggressively? And what exactly did Lady Colin Campbell and Tom Bower say that pushed everything into overdrive? That's where this story begins. For years, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have fought a war on two fronts. One against the press, and one against speculation. Since stepping away from royal duties in 2020, nearly every move they've made has been analysed, dissected, and challenged. But there has always been one area Harry fiercely protected above everything else. His children. Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor and Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor have remained at the centre of intense public curiosity ever since their births in 2019 and 2021. Public records and official palace announcements have consistently stated their births as normal family events. But over the past few months, a new wave of commentary started building. Quietly at first. Whispers in royal circles. Online discussions. Questions about timelines. Hospital reports. And inconsistencies people claimed didn't make sense. Most of it stayed on the internet. Until it didn't. Then came the broadcast. During a televised royal discussion, Lady Colin Campbell raised what she called unanswered questions surrounding the Sussex children's births. She didn't claim proof. That part matters. But she suggested that certain details had never fully aligned. Then Tom Bower, already under fire for his recent book criticising Harry and Meghan, went even further. Not by confirming anything, but by asking one dangerous question. If everything is exactly as presented, why does this conversation keep returning? That sentence changed everything. Because it wasn't framed like gossip. It was framed like suspicion. And suspicion spreads faster than facts. Within hours, clips exploded online. Millions of views. Thousands of comments. And suddenly, a topic that had lived in obscure forums was now everywhere. But then something unusual happened. Harry's legal team reportedly moved almost immediately. Not toward tabloids. Not toward random bloggers. Toward the broadcasters themselves. And according to reports, the concern wasn't just defamation. It was reputational damage tied to the children. That's when observers started asking a different question. Not is it true? But, why does this feel so urgent? Because Harry has ignored countless attacks before. Books, documentaries, interviews, even Tom Bower's earlier accusations. But this was different. And then the second layer surfaced. People went back to Harry's own memoir Spare. Specifically the birth stories. Details about timing. Security. Arrivals. Departure. Moments that some critics claimed felt oddly inconsistent. Again, nothing proving anything. But enough to reignite debate. And once that happened, the story got bigger. Because this stopped being about one claim. It became about trust. About narrative. About whether the public had been given the full picture. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. Royal historians began pointing out why this matters beyond gossip. Under old royal succession rules, legitimacy of birth has historically mattered deeply in the line of succession. That doesn't mean anything has changed. Archie and Lilibet remain recognised members of the royal family, and were formally acknowledged after King Charles III ascended the throne. But suddenly, What sounded like celebrity drama now touched constitutional territory. And that's when the pressure intensified. Supporters of Harry called it another coordinated smear campaign. Critics argued that unanswered questions invite scrutiny. Even Tom Bower has faced pushback before, with Harry and Meghan's spokesperson accusing him of crossing from criticism into fixation. That statement now feels more important than ever. Because it reveals the bigger battle. Not over truth, but over who controls it. And here's what makes this so complicated. Neither Lady C nor Bower presented verified evidence. Only claims, questions, and interpretations. That distinction matters a lot. But in the world of royalty, perception can become reality long before facts catch up. And Harry knows that better than anyone. He grew up watching it happen. To his mother. To his father. To himself. Which may explain why this particular storm feels personal. Not because of what was said, but because of what it could become. A permanent question mark. One that follows Archie and Lilibet for years. And maybe that's the real reason behind the legal threat. Not to silence criticism, but to stop a story before it becomes impossible to contain. Because once doubt enters the public mind, removing it is nearly impossible. And now the world is watching. Will Lady C and Tom Bower back down? Will Harry actually sue? Or will this confrontation drag even more hidden details into the light? Because in royal history, sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the secret. It's the question nobody can stop asking.